Houseplant. How to choose, care, and grow indoor plants. Step-by-step beginner's guide for selecting, cultivating, and nurturing your houseplants. Albert Vargas. Chapter 1: The Basics of Houseplant Care. Plants in good health actually use carbon dioxide in the air and produce oxygen, making tropical plants with big leaves particularly popular with those who want to improve the air quality of their homes. To get this benefit, however, the plant needs to be healthy and growing. Following are some general tips on plant care. Soil. Potting soil is generally used for tropical houseplants. A good potting soil is a peat moss with some perlite mixed in. The perlite will be small white particles in the peat moss. Since the perlite is there to aerate the soil, you may want to add more to the mix than has been provided. Perlite can be purchased separately in small bags. Adding a scoop or two to a bag of potting soil will help the potting soil from becoming packed. Even though a plant's roots are covered in soil, they do receive some air. Packed soil eventually suffocates the roots and damages the plant. Plants that like drier soil, such as succulents, should be potted in a potting mix. This is not the same as the peat moss potting soil. A potting mix is drier, holds less water, and allows more air to the roots. Some potting mixes can be improved by adding perlite to the mixture, if the mix seems too heavy, or with a scoop or two of the potting soil, if it seems too dry and crumbly. Containers. Most people want a container that is attractive, but doesn't leak water. Many containers come with built-in saucers that may or may not be sufficient to catch the runoff when the plant is watered. If this is a concern, you may want to use a cache pot, which is a pot with no hole in the bottom. These usually hide ugly plastic pots and catch the runoff with no danger of water spilling onto furniture or floor. Cache pots can be purchased, or other types of old crocks or containers that will hold water can be put to use as a cache pot. Regardless of whether you use a pot and saucer or a cache pot, when you decide to repot your new plant, the new container should only be slightly bigger than the old container. For example, a plant in a 4 inches pot should be potted into a container that is no bigger than 6 inches. Moving up a size is typically referred to as potting up. Feeding. A couple of ways to feed houseplants are to either use the slow-release pellet type of fertilizer or the water-soluble fertilizer. The pellets are mixed into the soil when the plant is repotted, and the nutrients are absorbed over time. The pellets last around 6 months, so if you keep your plant in the same container longer than that, you may need to start top feeding. The water
Sample complete. Ready to continue?